Now from the home of the Dog Pound, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. You look at this Baltimore defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Held them well under 200 yards of total offense. In today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week.
2nd and 11. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Trenton Simpson, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. They'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback, but when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3-and-out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3-and-out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3-and-out. I went 3-and-out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the interception, here's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Now it's Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now a first carry here for their running back. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
3rd and goal, Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Brooks. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
And he will bring this back back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this...
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Just a gain of a couple there, and it's second down.
You look at this Baltimore defense.
Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at fifth best in the league.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for this secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Off play action. Brooks. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
The Browns at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. They're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd down and 4.
Back to throw again. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. Never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are back within a score.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I think one of the key words in today's NFL is hybrid. You know, guys who can do more than just what they're asked to do. How about our running back there laying out like a wide receiver and making that catch?
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to air one out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jackson now. Steps away to his left. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Looking to throw. Brooks. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brooks. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a 1st down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Back to throw. Brooks. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive,
as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Now it's Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson being chased out left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
Throwing is Jackson.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so...
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over here up near the 40.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Here's Brooks, throwing to start the drive. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Brooks. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Browns take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Play action. It's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
To throw is Jackson.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Now Jackson. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. That one good for 24 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
Jackson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Here's Jackson to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Brooks. And he comes back with one complete. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. And that's That's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This 2nd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it'll be 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They go play action now. Jackson forced out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
To throw again is Jackson.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making it.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Now it's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Pick made by Terrell Bernard. Now inside the 25.
And he takes this one back into the end zone.